Hi, I'm Thrallic. Samurai. I love samurai. And who doesn't? They've got swords, cool haircuts, a badass demeanor, and do flips and shit. What's more cool than a samurai? Probably dragons, but we're not talking about those today. We're talking about samurai. Specifically, samurai in video games. And even more specifically, samurai in this video game. Genji Dawn of the Samurai was a game released in 2005 on the PlayStation 2 by the developer Game Republic. The game is set in 12th century Japan, starting with the Battle of Heiji, fought between the Genji and the Heishi. The battle was won by the Heishi, proving them to be the most powerful family in Japan. The Heishi reigned over Japan in tyranny, but one young man by the name of Minamoto Yoshitsune would change this. Yoshitsune, who lives in a mountain retreat, is attacked by the Heishi, who are in search of Amahagane, special jewels that contain magical properties. It is then when we are introduced to the combat. The combat in this game is quite simple. It's a hack and slash with two inputs for attacks, and a special ability button. Your special input uses part of your Kumai bar and activates your Kumai ability that will slow time down and give you an opportunity to counterattack your opponent. This ability hits hard and can absolutely decimate bosses, but it can be extremely hard to execute as your time window to react is very short, sometimes impossibly short. However, you do gain the ability to further slow down time later in the game. After Yoshi defeats the first wave of enemies, a mysterious woman shows up, drops a smoke bomb on the Heishi, and runs off. Yoshi then follows her down the mountain and runs into the Tamiori Bito clan, who are the guardians of the Amahagane jewels. It is then when Yoshi learns of his father, who is the leader of the Genji and killed by the Heishi. Yoshi is then asked to fight alongside the Tamiori Bito clan, but decides to take time before making a decision. Then Yoshitsune leaves and then talks to a giant rock, as every man does. He then heads to the market, where he saves a woman and then fights a big dude with a spear. It is then where I swiftly attempted to utilize my Kumai ability and was quickly humbled. It is insane just how fast you need to react. This fight is the one that really taught me the ropes of this game. How to utilize all my abilities, my hacks, my slashes, my dashes, my blocks, but not my dodging. Because I didn't even know you could dodge in this game until after I beat it. And yes, you could claim that I'm stupid because I didn't figure out that there was a dodge ability in this game. But when a fundamental ability is set to a multi-button input, it becomes extremely easy to overlook. You have to hit both the block button and the jump button in order to dodge in this game. And that's not very intuitive. Also, on top of all this, it doesn't have to be a multi-button input. Circle does literally nothing during combat. Why the hell isn't it just set to circle? Anyway, just before you get the chance to kill the guy, he gets abducted by this weird flying chick named Kuyo. And so Yoshitsune travels back to Kichi, where he talks to a girl who tells him of a 7-foot-tall samurai who uses a giant club as a weapon. Yoshi decides to head to Gojo to meet this giant samurai. The samurai reveals himself to be a descendant of the Genji, whose name is Benkei. They then fight, and Yoshitsune proves the victor. Yoshitsune explains to Benkei that he is the son of the Genji lord Minamoto no Yoshitomo, and decides to take on the quest to defeat the Heishi. He then asks Benkei to join him on his quest, and Benkei agrees. And so this is where the story truly begins. Anyway, after Benkei decides to join you, he becomes a playable character. And seeing how the game doesn't have any real meaningful gameplay outside of combat, he's a nice shakeup. For the most part, you can swap between the two usually just before a level begins, or just before you fight a boss. Both of the characters play fairly differently. Yoshi is fast, with lower damage but quicker combos, while Benkei is slower, with hard-hitting attacks and a bunch more health. He also has this really weird armor piece that covers his jaw and absolutely no other part of his head. But I mean, I can't blame him. If my jawline was that nice, I'd want to protect it too. This game also has 3 ways of increasing your character's power. One is through leveling. You gain levels through killing enemies, but gain even more experience by performing well in combat. Another way of increasing your power is through gear. And the last is through getting Amahagane by fighting well in combat or finding it somewhere in any given level. Putting 3 Amahagane together will allow you to boost 1 stat of your liking. Oh, and you can also craft weapons as well. This game only took me 5 hours to beat, by the way, which makes me wonder why there's so many ways to increase the power level of your character. It just seems kind of redundant with the game being so short. So that's pretty much all I have to say about Genji Dawn of the Samurai. And I've gotta say, this game ain't too bad. However, it is pretty average. It's about as average as you can get with a video game. So, should you play this game? Well, if you like samurai, have a PS2, and enjoy good average video game, go for it. It's not too special, it's not mind-bogglingly good. As I said, it's extremely average, but it's definitely worth your time. Give it a shot. Anyway, I'm Thrallic. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe to whatever the heck you want on YouTube, and goodbye.